And across the ring in the blue corner, wearing black with grey. Official weight, 8 stone, 11 3/4 pounds. He brings a perfect record, 3-0 with 1 KO from Liverpool, Brad Strand.
Hey guys, you've all followed the rules. Keep it clean, break straight away when told. Heads in close. Good luck to you both. Good luck.
Maxie's footballed as Brad, and in case you wonder, he's a fan of the champions.
From Liverpool, you're either going to be red or blue.
Seconds out.
Looking forward to seeing him in action here tonight. Another product of the Everton Red Triangle Gym, coached by Paul Stevenson.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that he lives in Kirby. I think he was at Kirby for a long time as well. They should be given a lot of credit for this kid. Kirby ABC produced some terrific fighters over the years. He's with Paul Stevenson now, and he's doing a good job with him. But I think Kirby, brought him up well, and he's done very well with them. Lovely boxer.
Brett Fido, a tough lad though, and he's got a couple of wins against undefeated Liverpudlians. If you go back a bit, he beat Marcel Braithwaite, who had a 7-0 record, and Sean Kearns, who was 3-0. As I said, he has been on a run of defeats.
Yeah, no prizes for getting tactics for both boxers here. Remember, Fido, he's tough as old boots. He's only 5'2", so he's got to slip inside that long jab of Bradley Strand, and that's going to be his problem. But with fast feet, bit of head movement, he can try and whip the shot over the top also. But Bradley Strand is very well balanced, very well schooled, uses that jab very well. And like I said, that nickname of his, Brad the Jab, yeah, he's not too bad at all.
Comes from Evesham, Brett Fido, which is, for those who follow their boxing closely, Mike Goodall territory. Mike Goodall, the guy who's responsible for, among other things, putting up all the rings around the country for the various promotions. And Brett Fido sometimes helps out.
Been in it a long time, hasn't he, on Mike Goodall?
Hardest working man in boxing, or one of them. He'd certainly agree, I'm sure.
Good straight shots again from Bradley Strand. Just notice how he just maintains that gap, so he doesn't fall in on his work. Just adjusts his feet like he did there. Well, Fido's doing well here, putting on a bit of pressure and trying to close that gap down. That's what he's got to do. Maybe try and get Strand back onto the ropes and just make so he just can't move as well.
Fido's 5th fight of the year, all 4 have ended in points defeats prior to this. Big height advantage, Strand some 5 inches taller.
Oh, that's lovely work there with the jab. Super there from Strand. Fido got to move that head as he's coming forward. It's been a good round, this has.
Yep, competitive opening round.
Yes, son.
Capital One knows life doesn't update you about your credit card. So meet Eno, the Capital One assistant that looks out for charges that might surprise you and helps you fix them. What's in your wallet?
This summer, there are still places to go. Family to hug. People to see.
I thought Strand won it. I thought he did the better work, but Fido was always in it. And there's those jabs. Look, 2 super jabs there from Strand and just maintaining that gap. But Fido had his moments as well, but I thought Strand did enough to win it.
So it's a 4-rounder, and on we go now with the 2nd round. I wonder whether Strand might eventually decide to campaign as a featherweight. When he's seen Andrew Kane in action.
I think he, in time, he may do that. Johnny's tall, rangy, could probably go up a couple of divisions. Lovely jabs again and just maintaining the gap.
Work it out. Work it out, lads. Brad, let him out.
This is a good test for Strand as well. Fido has only been stopped once, remember, by Andrew Selby. He's absolute quality, Selby is. But this is the type of test you want. Someone who's going to make you work, won't just fall over. I mean, Strand's winning this contest. Fido, he's a handful, he really is. Gets up close, he can be dangerous, Fido.
And there's, right on cue, a little example.
Turn him up or walk him back. Shut box in, don't pull down. Twice I've told you, put it out. Box on.
Referee is Howard Foster from Doncaster. Looks as though he's got himself a little bit less of him during lockdown.
Maybe so, John. Like yourself, you've lost a bit of weight, John. You've been exercising, haven't you?
I was waiting for you to say you needed to. Which I confess I did.
Down to super middle now, Johnny. You're 12 stone.
Yep.
There you go.
I'm ready for you.
When Strand's boxing from the centre of the ring, John, he seems to be in control. He just has to watch the rushes from Fido, but see, he's controlling the ring space very well, you see. Fido's got to be a little bit more faster with the feet and make Strand work a little bit hard. But he just sort of step on the gas a little bit. That's better to see from Fido. He's got to get up close, doubling up the attacks, pushing him back to the ropes. If your feet are slow against Bradley Strand, then you're in trouble.
Really launched himself in behind that right hand. Fido, fortunately for Strand, went through thin air. Paul Stevenson giving the instructions to Strand. Used to be a fair fighter himself once upon a time, had to give up because of a detached retina when he was only 21. He's been coaching now up at the Red Star for 20 years or more and has got a terrific reputation.
Everton Red Triangle, yeah, he's a good coach, Paul Stevenson, producing some quality boxers. In that last round, I thought Bradley Strand's ring craft was a lot better, so he was very sensible where he was boxing from, centre of the ring, full range of movement, and he managed to keep Fido at bay for long periods in that last round. Good work from Fido there on the inside. Just needed to go again, John. Needed to double up the attack then. It was a good bit of work then, but then he just stepped back into long range, and he should have just carried that on again then. But good work again. Good work out for Strand.
I'm told Brett's not the hardest trainer in the world, but then he fights so often. I suppose he didn't really have to put in the long hours of sparring, and he's up and down trees as a tree surgeon.
He uses the fights as his training, I should imagine. He's a tough kid.
Breaks the back. Well done.
Good footwork from Strand.
Yeah, just maintains that gap, doesn't he? It really is an art to box on the inside at short range, and Fido just occasionally just ties himself up, smothers his own work. If he can just take half a step back, create a bit of a gap to let his punches go. You know, he gets on the inside very well, but when he's there, sometimes he just stifles his own work at Fido. But again, Strand, he's boxing well again here. Timing of that shot, lovely, absolutely lovely.
Well, I know you're an advocate of the use of the jab, and he does jab well, Strand. Then again, good footwork.
Yeah, it's such an important, it's the most important shot in boxing, John, the jab. Whether you're orthodox or you're the southpaw, whether you're tall or short, if you're a shorter fighter, you use that double jab to get on the inside. Remember the old Mike Tyson, that was short he was against most opponents, but he had a great double jab, Tyson, and got on the inside then to do his better work.
A little bit of a smear of blood on the nose of Strand, showing quite clearly that Fido has got through with something of worth to the head. Dabs away at the nose, he goes back to the corner and confirms, of course, that there is blood there.
Capital One knows life doesn't update you about your credit card. So meet Eno, the Capital One assistant that looks out for charges that might surprise you and helps you fix them. What's in your wallet?
This summer, there are still places to go. Family Jug. People to see. It's a new kind of summer, but it's summer. Go. Seize it with Infinity Now. Service, test drives, purchase and leasing that comes to you during the Infinity Summer event.
Very knowledgeable man as well, Frank Greaves.
Great company, actually.
Boxing, yeah.
Socialising with Frank Greaves isn't the worst thing to do.
Good lad he is. Yeah.
So this is the last round. Strand ahead. Third round certainly has been the closest. He gave a good account of himself in the opening round, Fido. I don't think he won it.
See Bradley Strand back to the centre of the ring. That's where he does his best boxing from. Good work from both boxers there. But Fido come back with a couple of good shots himself. Yeah, just made Bradley Strand just think a little bit there.
It's what they always call a great learning fight for a young prospect against a fighter of Fido's type. Always competitive, and like most journeymen, he has significant ability when he wants to.
And he's a threat, yeah. I mean, up close. I mean, he's trying to deliver that left hook. Occasionally he gets through. He's really made Bradley Strand having to think here. That's a solid jab. It's a good shot. A corner like that one.
Fido catching him once or twice.
Good work from Fido there. Just Bradley Strand just holding his feet probably a little bit too long after he's trying to throw his own shots. Just hold his feet. And if you miss the target against Brett Fido and you fall in, that's when Fido comes back. Yeah, a decent workout this has been.
Inside the last minute, and Fido certainly giving plenty back to the young prospect in this round.
Good jab there. Fido still dangerous, you see. When he gets into short and mid-range with those hooks, he's dangerous. So you've got to hit him long with that jab. If you miss like that, then you fall in, then, you know, you're risking things. But Bradley Strand has put some good jabs again, long-range work into this round. And Fido's always been there. Cracking bout that was.
Yeah, it was a decent competitive fight, and Fido certainly had his moments in that last round. Did he do enough to win it?
I don't think so, John. Or again, it's a close round, isn't it? It's probably either way that last round. I think Bradley Strand has won the contest overall, but it's been a real good test for him because Brad Fido has come back with his own shots. Look at that, look at that super little right hand over the top there from him. Fido. Lovely shot there, and again, just gets clipped as well.
I thought he might have nicked that last round.
Yeah, you know what, John, thinking about it, you might be right. It's a close round. I'd have gone just for Strand myself, but let's wait and see. A couple of rounds were quite close.
Strand undefeated in 3 so far, and I think by a little distance that's been the toughest examination of his skills that he's seen as a professional to date. Howard Foster brings the two fighters together, and Craig Stephen moving into position can tell us how Howard has scored it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, referee Mr. Foster scores the contest. 40 points to 36. The winner, still undefeated from Liverpool, Brad Strand.
Howard Foster's the guy closest to the action, and he gives it by a complete shutout, 40-36, but didn't really quite tell the story. Fido certainly gave him a little bit to think about there.
Capital One knows life doesn't update you about your credit card. So meet Eno, the Capital One assistant that looks out for charges that might surprise you and helps you fix them. What's in your wallet?
This summer, there are still places to go. Family Jug. People to see. It's a new kind of summer, but it's summer. Go. Seize it with Infinity Now. Service, test drives, purchase, and leasing that comes to you during the Infinity Summer Event. Get 0% APR for up to 72 months on all new 2020 models, plus no payments for 90 days.
This beer looks just like beer. But what if we told you its recipe is over 100 years old? Created in Mexico by a German brewmaster. It's not just any beer now, is it? Dos Equis, the most interesting beer.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru. We can stay 6 feet apart and have the best air high five.
I swore to protect this island with my life, never once betraying my code. Until today.